program is Today with John and Helen. We are reaching you live from the PlusTvAfrica studios here in Victoria Island, Lagos, Nigeria. I'm so excited. Now, if you just joined the show, you are welcome to the very last show in the year 2022. John, we are almost there. Just hours, counting hours now, before the calendar changes from 22 to 23. You know, the first 20 is still there.
It's like minutes for me.
So how has it been for you?
Yeah, well, it's been great. We have every cause to thank God. Yes, we may say that it's been bumpy, but they say that in all of this, we should still remember to thank the Almighty. So that's exactly what we're going to do.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So in the week, you were not here last week.
Yes, I
was.
Yes.
Yeah, we did all of the condolences on your behalf.
One of the bumps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You had a lot of that this year, like 2 now.
Yeah, I lost a brother last year, and I
yeah.
lost another one this year. So it's been quite bumpy for me. Yeah, may their
like
souls,
you say,
may their
to
souls
God be
rest
the glory.
in peace.
Yes, may their souls rest in peace.
That's
you
right.
know?
That's
And
right.
our condolence now that you're here
Thank
to
you.
the rest of your family members.
Thank you.
And something else that made a lot of us weep, you know, especially on Christmas Day, was the cutting shot and the senseless and unprovoked shooting and killing of Mrs. Bolanle Rahim, a
Yes.
pregnant lawyer, you know, with her family in the car and for no reason.
Yeah, and to make it worse, we hear that within that area, well, that police...
That's the second time,
I think 10 days in between.
In between.
So, I mean, it's just an indication of how careless, you know, we've been. And really, such things must not happen. You know, in Nigeria of today, such things have to be checked. And, well, let's see how far it goes.
No, it's going far. You know, the women, I hear that a group of women, almost 232 groups of women now have come together to say, no, this must stop.
Yeah.
It's not about a woman, but this must stop. And the Lagos State government and the police are coming together, you know, to train better our policemen, you know, for us to achieve better police and citizen relationship, they call it.
Yeah.
And so many things are happening, and we hope and pray that whatever decision is taken at the end of this, because they are still saying alleged, you know, with all of the evidence, it's still alleged. It's
still alleged, you know. Legally, it's still alleged. Until you go to court, you have your day in court, and it's pronounced a crime. So yes, it's still alleged.
All right. Our condolence again to the family.
Yeah,
I mean, you can imagine on Christmas Day.
Yeah.
On Christmas Day.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, what I find a little intriguing is that so many of us are keeping to the Gregorian calendar, which is January to December. It's not so all over the world, we must say. Some people will follow the lunar calendar. Yeah.
Which means?
Which means it's a different time of the year.
That the year is not starting.
Do we have to start our year in January? Can't I decide, or couldn't I just say that, okay, my new year starts on my birthday, which is September.
Controversial, John.
Yeah, and even corporate bodies.
Yeah.
Some of them start in January, others will start in May or June, right? So I think we should relax.
Starting in January.
Yeah, because how did we get there?
I don't know, but this is where we are at. We're starting in January, okay. So the new year starts for us in a few hours.
I just thought I should shake that table. So maybe we could change our year to...
You're a man. I am surprised you're so excited and happy. So many men were saddened on Thursday, the 29th, when the news, you know, of the passing away of Pelé broke.
Not just men, the whole world.
Okay.
Oh, Pelé was a legend. Yeah, he was loved all over. Yes, of course, he died at 82, so maybe that would have, reduced the impact.
And a life very well lived.
He lived very well.
Yes.
He lived a good life. So yeah, our condolences again to the soccer
legend,
loving fans all over the world. You know,
the only man I hear on the face of the earth who has won or been part of the team to win World Cup 3 times.
3 times.
Wow.
3 times.
Wow.
Great.
Great.
So,
okay.
2022 has grilled Nigerians in spite of the difficult times, and here we are, ready to tell a better story in the new year. To that, we have decided to beam the searchlight on health and finance today, starting with health and health goals in particular. For a better 2023, we are joined by Dr. Patrick Ijewere, a known face on this program.
Yes.
And he's a wellness professional, renowned nutritionist, and co-founder Carib Health Group. Thanks for joining us again today.
Thank you.
Thank
it's
you.
A delight. It's a privilege, John and Helen. Just appreciating as 2022 is unfolding.
Yeah.
23.
Close, and 23 is about to kick in. So really, thanks for this privilege, and always a delight to be in your presence. You guys have this awesome energy around you.
You know when you came in, John said the bumpiness of 2022. There's nothing about it around you. So you share with us how that was possible, that we can't see no bumpy, nothing around you. So good to have you back on the show to help us start the new year better informed. The focus, like John said, is the health goals for 2023. First, share with us how seriously Nigerians took the issues of nutrition and healthy living in 2022.
From a couple of different perspectives. If you just go on social media, you see that there's an increase in the number of people who are seeking health, wellness, and nutrition information. On the supply side, there's more people who are out there showing themselves up as either nutritionists, coaches, advocates, or presenting healthier food alternatives.
Yeah.
As you drive around town, you see some of these entities cropping up also. I'm awaiting when one of the big grocery chains has like an organic section.
Wow.
In the US, a lot of the big chains, even the Walmarts now have organic food sections. So there is that global awakening, and we're seeing it locally here also, that nutrition plays a huge role in our health and wellness.
That's a good sign, But well, let's now, at this time of the year, doctor, most people would resolve to take better care of their health. Where should they start?
Let's start with framing this health approach. Many of us exist in a sickness system or sickness behavior. What does that mean? They wait till they get sick to go and see the doctor.
Okay.
Let's shift that.
Okay.
Yeah.
The doctor is there to keep you well. So go for preventive checkups.
Even when you are not.
I was going to ask.
You
Even
don't
when
wait
you're
until
feeling
your
like-
car has malfunctioned before you check the oil, before you check the water,
That's
before
right.
you check all those things.
That's right.
This human mechanism has tremendous number of interacting parts and needs all kinds of fluids.
Yeah.
So let's switch the mind from the sickness with legatic mentality to the wellness mentality.
Okay, that's the wellness mentality.
That's a good way to start. But specifically, what are the key steps that we must take, to achieve good health plans as we enter the new year? You talked about having or seeing signs and some evidence around that Nigerians are getting more concerned and more conscious. How about actively, participating or getting to do the things that will ensure healthy living? What are the key steps to take?
All right, key steps to take. There's five pillars of wellness, which rapidly become the 5 roots of illness. So 5 key steps you must take. We break them into the first 5 categories. One is spirituality. Number 2 is the mindset, how we program this chap here. Because this chap is the foreman of the entire factory. Number 3, what goes in here. Number 4, our lifestyle, our daily routines or lack of daily routines.
Okay.
And number 5, our environment. We are one with the environment. Let's reconnect. And I'll give examples on each of these. In fact, let's start with environment.
Yeah.
5 Carib Creek. Many times it's just filthy.
5 what?
5
Cowrie.
Carib Creek. It's the creek between VI and
Oh, okay.
Ikoyi
Okay,
that goes
okay,
into the
okay.
lagoon.
Yes.
Many times it's filthy, full of stuff that comes out from the gutters and canals into the lagoon.
Yeah.
Especially in the rainy season when the rain pushes all the flow from the gutters out. You rarely see any fish nowadays. Rarely. Whereas I recall, as a child growing up, you saw fish. A few days ago, I was right on the edge. It's dry season, so the gutters are not flowing so much into the lagoon and the creek. And the water was just about crystal clear. The water right by the shore was crystal clear. And you looked in, and what did I see?
Fish.
Fish. I saw life. The more we pollute the environment, the more we decimate ourselves. We undermine our health and our wellness.
Yeah.
We are one with nature.
So
We
that's
must care for the
environment. Yeah. You also talked about spirituality.
Well, spirituality, that one, hey, simple forgiveness. People who don't forgive have a high level of stress hormones in their bodies, period. People who are angry, hatred, bitterness. I'm not a preacher, but they have a high level biochemically of cortisol in their blood.
Yeah, that's right.
Cortisol undermines your immune system, depletes your bones, literally leaches calcium out of your bones,
Okay.
weakens your muscles, causes you to have propensity for heart disease and strokes.
Okay, that's two.
That's two.
The third one will be
Third one is, the mindset, which is the guy of the entire factory. Pessimists have more health issues than optimists. Pessimists, people who always look at the negative side of things. There's enough bright things to look at every day. We could choose to wake up on the bright and look at the bright side. In spite of negativity going on, it will still go on. We get a choice how we want to deal with stress. Stress will always happen, whether it's from the damper driver, or it's from our neighbor, or our colleague in the office who is always doing something that irritates us.
then number 4.
Number 4 is nutrition. This is a powerful one. And this one, if you allow me, let me give you an example. You had a young man come to us recently, brought him by his doctor who knows we're into the holistic approach. And his BP was 194.
What?
Systolic.
That's a
His doctor had seen him a week earlier, over 200, put some interventions in place, put him on medication, give him some intravenous.
that's a
initially.
walking corpse.
Literally. This guy is only in his 30s. And by the way,
Obese?
let's say mild, yes. He works in your industry,
Okay.
in the media industry. Doctor brought him herself to my office, said, this one is difficult, it's not responding to treatment. What can we do? Listen to the entire story. And I said, okay, coconut water. Get him 2. Get the drip ready. Let's do some deep breathing. After the second coconut, in the coconut itself will not come in a bottle, in the coconut. He asked for a third one. We knew he was dehydrated.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
That's number 1. Number 2, he's been eating a lot of junk food, which is devoid of those micronutrients the body needs, like magnesium and potassium, which are abundant in coconut water.
I'm sure we'll still.
2 hours later, we checked his BP, 146.
Just 2 hours.
So 190.
Yes, your nutrition plays a huge role. What you're lacking plays a huge role in your disease process.
That's right. So number 5 will be
Lifestyle.
lifestyle. Yes.
Who has walked 10,000 steps any day this week?
10,000 steps. So you're counting?
You can count.
Me, I don't know.
No,
Well,
I lie. I lie.
I mean, I can't lie.
Not this week. Last week.
In
yes, I did.
fact, I don't remember.
Not this week.
Ever.
Yeah. But we have to be conscious about it.
Yes.
Exercise, walking.
The most powerful component of lifestyle, I would say, as of today, based on science, is
Sleep.
sleep.
Okay.
The time you sleep, duration of sleep, quality of sleep, what you sleep on, what you sleep in, and your whole understanding of sleep.
Great.
No wonder.
Wow. Okay.
No wonder the year was bumpy.
But you see, doctor, everyone wishes for perfect health.
Is that realistic?
Yes, it is. While we say this, we don't know exactly what perfection is. But I tell you, it's my great-grandmother at age 110, whom I told you about before. Wake up in the morning to sweep, to cook, carry her basket and go to the market. Come back home and play Ayo and Ludo with
The great-grandchildren.
That's perfection of health. So the absence of sickness and your longevity are the 2 factors I'd play into how perfect is your health.
Yeah, but the environment won't allow us to do such things now. You don't even have time to rest. You don't even have time to sleep.
But you
before
just
you
talked
hit,
about being intentional now, being deliberate.
You know, if you don't leave home early, you know, you'll be late for work.
We had two employees that had this scenario, and we altered their schedule.
Yeah.
One comes in as early as 6:30. By 2:30 he leaves.
Okay.
Okay, so the
And then
shift
comes by 7, by 3 o'clock.
So
yeah.
together with your employers, you
Okay.
can always reach. Great.
So we make sure we're prepared for him from the day before. When he gets there, he knows his work is.
I guess what keeps people away from, especially the diet aspect, because working it doesn't, you don't need any money to work and all of that. But diet, you know, eating, a lot of people say you have to break the bank. You know, the budget is
To eat right.
an issue, to be able to eat
Healthy.
right. You know, a healthy plan comes with spending a lot of money. Is this true?
I'm smiling. You know I'm smiling?
I wonder why you're smiling.
Once upon a time,
Yes.
what we ate kept us healthy. Once upon a time, what we consumed kept us in wellness. In other words, our food and our medicine were one. Today, the food we eat causes us to need
Medicine.
the medicine. Who is spending more money?
The medicine makes us spend more money.
Eat healthy once, it keeps you good, strong.
You don't need the doctor.
You don't need to buy the food and buy the medicine.
So we have to learn how to.
So it's just wise to eat right. It's not expensive to eat right.
It's
just wise to eat
short-term,
right.
long-term.
Wow.
It's wise to eat right.
Yes.
I like that line.
Yeah, it is.
Can I borrow it?
It's wiser to eat. It's wiser to eat, you know, right. Yeah.
Wow.
Oh boy.
So I mean, it's like we take our health for granted to a large extent, and we seem to overlook a lot of things. You know, this is all about discipline, isn't it, Doctor?
Discipline pervades every aspect of our lives. And work schedule. I mean, raising children must be a disciplined structure. Achieving academically. Discipline that pervades every aspect of our lives, including our nutrition and our lifestyle behavior.
Yeah.
The body is an animal of order and discipline. The heart beats in a particular sequence. The kidneys excrete in a particular sequence. When the bowel is full, it gives you a signal that it's time to go empty. Everything has structure, everything has discipline. The waters from the streams flow into the lagoons to give us clean, clear water. And it recycles.
Okay, now you hinted that exercise is also a very important aspect. You asked Helen if she. When was the last time she did
He asked us.
1,000 steps? Helen hasn't done 500 steps in a while. Anyhow, now seriously, it means that we need a better understanding of how to infuse exercise into our life. You know, could you tell us what kind? It's not just walking.
And like, which is the best? Yeah, which
Some
is the
people
best?
will even tell you, I climb this 3-story building every day.
Or I run around the children in the house
What do
severally.
you mean by exercising?
All right, let's go with 3 perspectives. The first is truly half of our body is legs. So starting with as simple as it sounds or as basic as it sounds, the walking is huge. Studies have been done that show the impact of walking is tremendous. Okay. My mother would say she used to work from Uromi to Agbo when they were little children. However many kilometers that is. Number 2, from a childhood perspective, children naturally want to run around, they want to play.
Yeah.
We adults tend to do what? Curtail them. Don't go there, it's too dangerous. Go and wear shoes, go and do all kinds of things, and limit them to the classroom where we box them up and take away their natural instinct for physical activity.
That's right.
So that must come in as the normal lifestyle from kindergarten to primary school to secondary school to university and even into the workplace. Bring it back as part of our normal routine. The same way all other animals created by God have exercise as a normal routine. Then the third component. Exercise doesn't start truly with going out there and doing it. The automobile, the mechanisms have to be well oiled, well greased. So your quality of sleep determines how well your muscles function. Your hydration determines how well your muscles function. What you put in the body, the quality of fuel, is it 70 octane or 95 octane? All those play into how well you exercise, even how the mind will feel about physical activity.
Okay. All right. So you have given us 5 basic areas, to planning for us to have a healthy lifestyle in the new year. And sleep, you said, was one of the very important ones. In an environment such as ours, they say 8 hours and consistent. How realistic is that? 8 hours means you must be in bed like for 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. And for a lot of people who get up 4 a.m. in Lagos.
Okay. So let's look at it from 3 perspectives. That of the employer, who wants highly productive workers, alert, sharp thinking, quick-spirited, smiling, happy workers. Data has shown workers who are sleep deprived, who owe massive sleep debt, are less productive. They make more mistakes in the factory, in the workplace. They're less creative.
Yeah.
So there's a cost if your workers don't get enough sleep. You're paying for a suboptimal performance. That's one perspective. Other perspective. Again, you look at how nature functions. Everything has a circadian rhythm, a sleep-wake cycle, even the sun and the moon. We're creatures of nature.
Yeah.
The Bible says it very nicely. From dust we came, from dust we shall return. Every animal has its sleep and wake cycle. We have it built within us. We're already a pre-program. There's a system within us that tells us when to sleep, when to go to bed. Nobody tells your blood or your cell to start making melatonin, which helps us to sleep. No. It's already programmed into us. When you violate that program, you pay a price. Let me repeat that. There's already a pre-program inside of us, set by nature, which includes sleep. When you violate that programming, you pay a price, just a matter of time.
Yeah.
So how do we ensure, how do we get it to work? Because if you're on the street at 4 a.m., it's a huge crowd
You
already.
sleep in the office.
If you're out there 12 midnight, 1, you still can see a lot of people. How many hours sleep can...
It has to be both at several levels. At the family level, at the employer-employee relationship level, and at the leadership or governmental instruction level. There are some countries in the world where at a particular time of the day, everything shuts down, you go take your siesta.
But that isn't happening here.
All right, let's reverse the clock. I talked about my great-grandmother, who once the sun went down, usually by 8 p.m., latest 8:30, she's asleep.
She's in bed.
The natural cue for sleep is sunset. If you want to build a society that is very active, very healthy, you must take this thing back into consideration at all levels.
Doctor, you're still in traffic, so you can't sleep there. So you're talking about this sleep. Must it be that sleep where you're in bed and really gone? Or can you achieve sleep in any other manner? Because we're talking realistically.
Okay.
In the times that we're in.
All right. Let me use myself as an example.
Yeah.
At one point, I weighed about 100 kg. At one point, I had asthma attacks every other month. Till a colleague of mine pointed out a few things, including my lifestyle. That time, as a doctor, I worked in emergency rooms. I had my own practice in the US. At that time, I was getting, if I got 4 hours of sleep, it was a good day.
Okay.
And she made it very clear to me. What you're doing is not consistent with health and wellness. The day you slump, your wife and children will pay the price. I made the change. I gave up the emergency room. I run an outpatient clinic now. Well, hospital. So we do have inpatients. I make sure I get my sleep.
Okay, okay. That's where I wanted us to get to, John. That it's a matter of life and death, and it's a personal decision that you need to find that number of, quality hours where you sleep. You need to find it.
It's all down to discipline again. It's all down to discipline. But doctor, you see, I've been staring at you. I don't know if you noticed. Because you see, you're so knowledgeable. Maybe because you're a doctor, you're so knowledgeable about all of this. But you see, some of us, we don't even know where to look to gain knowledge of how to live well. In 30 seconds, could you just point us? Point us at 30.
Just addressing the topic, health goals for 2023.
Okay.
Tips.
Number 1, switch from sickness to wellness. Be deliberate. Every day, do your best to get enough sleep. Encourage the children to do so also. Number 2, look at what you're eating. As much as possible, eat close to nature. At least let half your food be close to nature.
Okay.
Okay, all right.
So that's it.
Well,
again,
it's not something that we'll wrap up in one edition. So we will keep at it, and break it down better. Like, what is the food on a daily basis, afternoon, morning, night, that we must eat. So, that's something for us to look out
yeah, we're going to keep Doctor permanently.
Yes, we'll keep him permanently on the show. Like every other week, you have to be here until we settle down and we get it right. Yeah?
Yeah.
Thank you, Doctor.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So, not so much is achieved with poor or bad health. Of course, we all know that for a fact. Food is medicine. So, Doctor, thank you so much for coming.
That was very well articulate. Always, Dr. Ijewere, we're grateful for your time, and we wish you, I forgot to say that, wish you a very happy New Year.
Happy New Year 2023. Thank you, Doctor.
We must remind ourselves of the saying that health is wealth, and prevention, like he said, is always, always better than cure. Well, another break beckons, John, and usually we'll have led us to the real estate and property segment with M.I. Okoro and Associate, but unfortunately, they are far away in the east enjoying a very deserved holiday. So that segment will continue next week. So let us take a quick break right now. When we return, we shall be having a very interesting conversation with the next guest, an expert on finance goals. On finance, I'll be looking at finance goals for year 2023. Please join us again. This is Today with John and Helen live. Our last show for the year 2022. I wonder why I'm so excited. See you soon.